Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
And we serve as the voice to the so-called Black community.
Again, we got Dr. Candace Matthews.
A lot of these documents, looking at.
We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media.
This country is supposed to be about the land of the free for all. It has not been free for Black people, and we are tired.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
Hello everyone, my name is Naledi Mfoloe and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the latest edition of the African Diaspora News channel, where we unravel the stories that shape our world and our communities. Today we dive deep into the currents of information, from the pulse of politics to the heartbeat of entertainment. We've got it all covered, so please stay tuned for a news experience like no other. Today we bring you the latest from South Africa, where a local political storm is actually brewing just as the nation navigates the formation of a very fragile coalition government. Now, a well-known lawmaker from the Democratic Alliance, Ronaldo Goes, has been suspended by his party following the resurfacing of a highly controversial video in which he uses violent racist language against Black South Africans. Now, Ronaldo, who was sworn into Parliament just last week, initially denied the authenticity of the video clips, suggesting that they had been manipulated. However, the Democratic Alliance issued a statement confirming that the videos were actually genuine and not manipulated. Now, in these clips, Ronaldo uses derogatory local slur for Black Africans alongside the N-word, stating that all Black people must be killed. Now, this revelation has sent shockwaves through the political landscape, placing additional strain on President Cyril Ramaphosa as he works to finalize a new coalition government with the DA and other smaller parties. Now, I do think that the timing couldn't be worse for President Ramaphosa, who was recently sworn into the second full term. For the first time since the end of apartheid in 1994, the African National Congress failed to secure majority in the last month's election. Now, this shift has forced the ANC to form a government of national unity with the Democratic Alliance and the three smaller parties. Now, the coalition was seen as a landmark moment aimed at addressing South Africa's pressing challenges like economic instability, soaring unemployment, and widespread corruption. Now, the DA, South Africa's second largest party, has often faced accusations of racial insensitivity. Critics argue that the DA primarily seeks to protect the interests of the white minority population, a claim they seem to constantly deny. Now, Ronaldo will face disciplinary change charges for his offensive remarks. The party's leader, John Steenhuisen, who had previously defended Ronaldo, has yet to comment on the latest footage, which shows Ronaldo calling for violence against Black people. Let's have a look.
Alright, so there's a couple of things I want to say, okay? Kill the f***ing cat. Kill all the f***ing niggas. That's all I've got to say. Kill all the f***ing niggas.
Now, adding to the controversy, another video emerged earlier this week where Ronaldo makes inflammatory comments about reverse apartheid, implying that white South Africans are oppressed.
Wow. And people say it was bad back in apartheid. Jesus. The white people in this country is going through a reverse apartheid. Say whatever the fuck you want, alright? Back in the day, Black people were beaten. Black people were killed, alright? What has changed? Today, white people are beaten. White people are killed. White people are discriminated against. What's the fucking difference? Please do tell me. Call me a fucking racist if you want. But you come and live in this fucking country, and you, though a white individual, come live here and tell me that you aren't discriminated against and that you aren't fucking blamed for things that happened in the past, even though I had no fucking hand in it.
Now, his remarks, which included saying, if Africa had to disappear off the face of the earth, no one would notice, have triggered widespread condemnation. Over 40% of people have signed an online petition calling for his removal as a member of parliament. Now, in a social media apology, Ronaldo attempted to distance himself from his past actions, saying, I refuse any claims of racism or being a racist. I can, however, see that my message was distorted in the way it was delivered by me, and I take full responsibility for the actions of my younger and immature self. However, many remain unconvinced by his apology, arguing that hateful rhetoric is inexcusable regardless of age or maturity.
With them. I think the remarks need to be seen in their context. He's apologized for them. It was 16 years ago. When people are young and irresponsible, they're young and irresponsible. And he's acknowledged that. He realizes he's now a member of parliament and he now has to abide by the rules of the caucus.
So no plans to that?
Well, we'll have to see what the party processes are going forward. I'm not familiar with those.
The coalition has faced severe criticism from various quarters since its inception. Last week, Julius Malema, leader of the EFF, embarked the agreement calling it a marriage of convenience to consolidate the white monopoly power over the economy and the means of production in South Africa. Now, former President Jacob Zuma, now leader of the Umkhonto weSizwe party, which came third in the recent election, also expressed his disapproval. He described the partnership as a white-led unholy alliance between the DA and the ANC of Ramaphosa. Zuma's comments echo a broader sentiment of dissatisfaction among some of South Africans who view the coalition as a betrayal of the principles they believe the ANC once stood for. Now, from my perspective, the situation is incredibly dangerous. South Africa's painful history of apartheid still casts a long shadow, and moments like these remind us of how much work remains to be done in building a truly inclusive society. Now, the controversy also highlights the complexities and the challenges of coalition governance. While unity and cooperation are essential for South Africa's progress, I also think that they must not come at the cost of ignorance or sidelining deeply ingrained societal issues like racism. Now, as Cyril Ramaphosa aims to guide the nation towards prosperity, it's crucial that his administration actually tackles these challenges head on. In conclusion, the scandal involving Ronaldo has put the coalition government under immense pressure, testing its resolve to foster unity and address the country's pressing problems. Whether this government can rise to the occasion and truly embody the spirit of a rainbow nation remains to be seen. What is certain, however, is that the eyes of South Africa and indeed the world will be watching closely. Now, with that being said, what do you think about this? We want to hear from you. What are your thoughts? Let's engage in the comment section and be sure to give this video a thumbs up. That's it from me. Till we meet again.